Good morning. Let's start a new day learning more about the Word of God. Today we are going to start to study Wednesday's lesson, Who has Dominion? To whom did God entrust dominion over his earthly goods? According to the book of Genesis chapter 1, we are going to read verse 26. Then God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our own likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God gave Adam, after he created mankind, he gave him dominion over his creation. Why is this an honor to humanity? To be having dominion over his creation. Let's read Psalms 8. It says here verse 1 through 9. It's the whole chapter, but I'm going to read just 3 verses. Verse 4, 5, and 6. What is mankind that you are mindful of them? Human beings that you care for them. You have made them a little lower than the angels and crowned them with glory and honor. You made them rulers over the works of your hands. You put everything under their feet. So God created mankind in his own image, a little lower than the angels, and gave him dominion over his creation. You made them ruler over the works of your hands. Question B. Because of Adam's fall, what did the deceiver boast to Christ? Let's read in the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 5 and 6. The devil led him up to a high place and showed him in an instant all the kingdoms of the world. And he said to him, "I will give you all their authority and splendor. It has been given to me, and I can give it to anyone I want to." So he boasted that he has dominion over the kingdoms of the world. Question C. When is Christ's dominion over this planet to be fully recovered? We have the verses from the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 13 and 14, that says, "In my vision at night I looked, and there before me was one like a son of man coming with the clouds of heaven, and approached the Ancient of Days, and was led into his presence. He was given authority, glory, and sovereign power. All nations and people of every language worshipped him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that will not pass away, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed." So it says here that at the coming of Jesus in the clouds of heaven, when he comes back, he will recover his dominion over the planet. His fully dominion will be recovered. Because according to the text here that we have under question C, it is saying that Adam was to reign subject to Christ. When Adam betrayed his sovereignty into Satan's hands, Christ still remained the rightful king. Thus the Lord had said to King Nebuchadnezzar, "The Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. Satan can exercise his usurped authority only as God permits. So Adam, God gave dominion over his creation. He gave Adam dominion over his creation, but he was to be subject to Christ. And part of this dominion, after the fall, Satan took this dominion over the kingdoms of the earth. But all this will be recovered at the coming of Jesus. Christ, as stated by the prophet Daniel, will receive from the Ancient of Days in heaven dominion and glory and the kingdom. He will receive the New Jerusalem, the capital of his kingdom, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. He will come in his glory as King of kings and Lord of lords, for the redemption of his people who are to sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob at his table in his kingdom, to partake of the marriage supper of the Lamb. So this is when Christ will take back the planet. It will be fully recovered at the second coming of Jesus. May the Lord help us that we keep these thoughts in our minds today, and that we will be always thankful to the Lord, because he created the whole planet, the earth. He created everything so beautifully, and then he gave this dominion to mankind. We don't deserve this privilege, but God gave us the privilege of living in this world. And as it says here in the Psalm, what is mankind that you are mindful of them? Human beings that you care for them. So we are blessed that the Lord takes care of them. The Lord is mindful of us. Let us always keep this in our minds today. May you have a blessed day, and we will be back to continue our morning studies tomorrow. Bye.